All right, so here we go. I've actually already picked these up at my mom's house. This is the variant cover reveal for the Bubba Patrol issue 5. So we have 4 variant covers to show you. You've seen them if you went onto the campaign, and if you did not, now is your chance. So I'm simulcast recording this because I'm also going to put it onto YouTube, blah, 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 yakety schmackety. First of all, I want to say I'm really happy with the way the trim came out on the ad for Taffy T Clown from Legends Studios. Last time it had like a little bit more of a trim where some of the lettering was cut off, but this is like perfect cut. So this was the first variant that we got back. This is the JoJo Seams Say Cheese variant. The concept behind this originally was a selfie with Agnew taking a selfie, even though he's got like super short arms, and telling everybody to look terrified. So like you all do like a look together or whatever. You all stick your tongues out or do duck lips or whatever people do for their selfies. And for whatever reason, not for whatever reason, but because the amount of characters could not fit into the frame of the phone that JoJo was trying to create. So we talked about it a little bit, and she thought of like a better solution to it. She's like, what if they were all like posing for a picture and they were taking a photograph, not a selfie? And I was just like, well, that could work too. And so this is what was come up with, which of course is right behind me on my wall. This amazing watercolor piece by JoJo Seams that, actually, if I do it that way, it's perfect. You get the word balloons of Agnew saying, everyone looked terrified, and Cypress doing the countdown, like setting the timer on the cover. And then you can even, like she did, even where you can see them in the little viewfinder of the camera, which is amazing. Because the idea in the future would be you can always have an image of them posed for the picture somewhere in the dog facility, kind of thing. So that was the first variant that I commissioned from JoJo Seams. Now the second one, I need to make a correction on this based on the logo that I created for it. It doesn't pop as much as I was hoping, but this is the MST3K homage cover by Alexilde. And the logo is a teeny bit hard to see in terms of the lettering. Like from far away, it just looks like a kind of like a gray mass. So I will play with it and see if I can make it pop any more than that. But if not, I might just remove it and just have it like this. And the word balloons are, Cypress is pointing at the imagery saying, Harryhausen would be proud. And Guri's asking, who's Harryhausen? And Grayson is laughing hysterically at the name Harryhausen because Grayson is a goofball and he thinks things like that are hilarious. Of course, an homage to one of my favorite shows of all time, Mystery Science Theater 3000. This is done by Alexilde, who is a local artist who's also doing a webtoon cartoon called Dealings of the Damned. I'm not sure if this isn't their first published work, but I think this is the first cover that they've done, and they did it all in Clip Studio. The file for this was insane. They had to send it, they flattened it. Okay, it was flattened. It was one layer. And if you know anything about computer files and stuff like that, you know that a flattened file is going to be immensely smaller than anything else that you're working with, if you're working on art with multiple layers. And so Alex flattened it, and it still required a file transfer program to send. So it was pretty hilarious because this thing was like over 800 megabytes. I think it was 857 or 853 or something like that, but it was hilarious. Like it still takes a few seconds for it to upload into Clip Studio, and my laptop's only 2 years old and it's like super powered and stuff like that. But this is I was originally going to do it as a wraparound where you got the image on both front and back, and then decided, you know what, we can do it as a widescreen on this. So when you get the book and you read it, and you can always display it like this, which I thought was a really fun idea. The third one is the non-con, the online Comic-Con exclusive cover. And this one, it's the regular cover, but all the characters are recolored. Their costumes are recolored. So Foley has the Martian Manhunter colors, and Sabu has the Green Lantern colors, and Grayson has the Flash colors, and Agnew is wearing the Aquaman colors. And then it's very, very close to see, but Guri has on little star trunks. So she's the Wonder Woman of the group. And it's supposed to look like a slabbed book, graded book. And I was looking at it thinking, well, maybe I should change this outside border to black, but it actually works like it's sitting on a wall or being displayed. So that's actually kind of a fun concept. And so basically what Bill did here is he just dropped in new colors for the costumes because everything else already worked. I mean, he had already colored everything else. So then I built this slab, and it was part of what I had used from my Grade That Comic video series on YouTube. I had made a slab to just throw a book in, and it would just say, you know, we're grading, you know, Bitterroot, or something is killing the children, or what have you. So then I went in and I detailed it more because the other one was just for a thumbnail, and gave it, you know, some dimension and some look. And then it's a 5.0, and somebody said, wow, that's a low grade, but the joke is that it's issue 5, and it's got off-white pages, which is hilarious because even on the regular pages, so the distress newsprint is this like tan color, right? So it's off-white, which works. And then the really cool thing about this is this gives you, just like a regular slab would, it tells you that this is the non-con variant. It's limited to 25 copies. It's got credits on it. This is the only cover that's going to have any credits on it in all actuality. It's got me listed as story and art, Bill Simpson colors, and She-Hulk Poff edits. And then it always gives you like a description and like a first appearance, like something special that's going on. It says, the Bubba Patrol battles Poyo-Jira, origin of Poyo-Jira and Grayson. And then it's got the little AHV, Anti-Hero-Verse logo right there for the grading. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I thought it would get trimmed a little at the top. I'm glad it didn't, so I don't have to make any adjustments. And then this one, I'm really happy with the way that it came out as well. This was the VHS variant. This is the one that Bill Simpson actually did. I hit him up right at the end. I said, you know, it doesn't have to be done for the campaign because it's not going to be part of the campaign, not offered with the campaign. But it's our Akira homage variant. And so we've got our Anti-Hero-Verse logo on the corner. It's like a sticker, you know, your video store sticker. It's got all your box damage and everything on it, and it's got your really generic box format. And then, of course, the Bubba Team Bubba or Bubba Team, and the subtitle that says Apex City is about to explode, which was part of promoting Akira. Neo Tokyo is about to explode. And then it's got your price tag stuck on it. And I'm really happy, like, Bill did an amazing job on the imagery, and I built the box around it and the elements and stuff. And I think it really comes across as a good looking VHS variant. And this will be limited to 25 as well. So that's the cover, the variant cover reveals. Some of these, this was not part of the campaign. So when this comes in, once I send the approvals in, the campaign will actually, not campaign, but you'll be able to pick it up on non-con and when I'm at shows, things like that, until they sell out. This one will be available on non-con, not exclusively. I will take it to shows because I am the non-con, the online Comic-Con guy, so that's me. And then Bill will have some copies, as will JoJo Seams and Alex, so you'll be able to get some from them as well. They'll have artist proofs that they can sign, remark, do whatever they would like with them. So when these come in later this week or next week, I will get those comp copies to Alex and Bill and JoJo. And I'm just super excited about this. They came in a day early, which I thought was great. I'm always happy with the quality that RA Comics Direct does with these, does with the covers and everything like that. So that's it. That is all at this point. Again, if you go to the Bubba Patrol page, I'll throw links everywhere and stuff like that. You can pick up bundles and copies of the book. Issue 5 is ready to go. PayPal ready. I've already taken some stuff to Bookman's to have them have it there. Somebody ordered one off Twitter. And I need to send their invoice right now, so I'm glad I remembered that. And then I handed the retailer pack off to Charlie, and I need to hand one off to Lady T Comic Keys. And fulfillment will begin as soon as I get the variants, like all the variants in hand, because I don't want to start sending stuff out to people ahead of time. I'm going to start laying everything out about what I owe to who. And by next week, you're going to start seeing stuff go out, and you will have books in your hand, hopefully by the week after. So second week of May, people should start receiving stuff. And we said June as our goal. So a month early is amazing that we're going to be able to start getting these books to you. So thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. Blah, 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 yakety schmackety. I've got to do a little bit of work with that logo, so I'm going to log off right now. But please, check out the Bubba Patrol. It's a great story, and I'm really, really happy with it. Talk to you guys soon. That was it. I was also recording for YouTube or live for Facebook Live at the same time, and trying to get that off. But I plan on doing some more like YouTube stuff and getting back into Grade That Comic and maybe doing some action figure reviews and comic book reviews and movie reviews. So I need to post this because I should have posted the unboxing that happened on Friday and I didn't. But thank you. Thank you for those of you who have followed the journey or who have joined in here at the last minute. I had a good talk with Guri and Foley today. We went outside and they were both very happy to know that I have some closure with this. This issue was very, very hard for me not to complete so much. I tend to give myself some breathing room with the creation of an issue to be able to get it done and turned in on time. Because I know by the end of creating a comic book, I'm experienced enough with it that I just feel I'm done, I'm drained. And with the Bubba Patrol, it's a little bit different because it's such a personal story. And it's really hard to get closure sometimes with that. And I don't know, for those of you who are creative or you're making stuff or you're making content, I don't know how many of you feel it's harder to create something that's very personal versus something that's just content. I know with the books Euthanasia and Fuzzy Face, Euthanasia was a struggle to finish each issue because I was fighting so hard to make it darker and edgier and like push the boundaries and stuff like that. With the Bubba Patrol, the story and the artwork flows really, really easily. So it's not difficult for me to figure stuff out. What it is difficult for me to do once the book is like literally finished, putting those finishing touches on it, after finalizing the campaign, after getting the edits back and making the corrections and things like that, it's very, very hard for me to get motivated because I naturally just kind of want to shut down after that much work. But because it's so personal, I think there's part of me that has a hard time letting go and letting it be completed, letting it be finished. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody else. And knowing that once it's completed, it's done, you know, there's no turning back. Not for lack of wanting people to see it, but for it no longer just being yours, maybe. I don't know. But it is one of those things that means a whole lot to me. And I'm I love doing this. I love creating these stories and showing the world the dogs as the superheroes that I see them as. Um, and it's complete. Like their legacy for me is secure. You know, it's kind of like having that physical book, and it means that my job is done. You know, like the whole Batman saying this would be a good death. Well, this would be a good end if I never did anything again. But would it be good enough? I think so. Um, so it's kind of hard to get motivated to make to finish it up and to get it out and to get it to the printer and then to get it back and to be really nervous about what it's going to look like and what it's going to represent and everything that went into this specific issue, not just the Bubba Patrol as a whole, but this issue specifically was very difficult because the funding didn't go remotely close to what I needed for this. And I guess fortunately I had a comic book in my collection that I could sell um, to make up the rest of the funding. And um, that was a hard one for me to figure out. Like, do I just let the money sit? Do I just, you know, not do anything with it? Do I stop the campaign, you know, one day before it's officially over so that I can refund everybody and then just be like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say about this. Um, and then once I decided to sell the book and get the rest of the money for the funding and finish up the creation of everything and get it out to the printer and stuff like that, there was a lot of a big part of me that was very angry. And it was a big part of me that was very frustrated and disappointed with the fact that funding, it's not even that funding fell short, it's that funding didn't come close. And a lot of people looked at the campaign and said, well, you were 100% funded, you were more than 100% funded, I don't understand why you didn't make enough money. And I'm like, well, the printing on this book in total, just for the regular cover with shipping and getting it back to me was $2,049. So that's I mean, that's a lot of money. It's slightly more than it was previously. It was 10% more, in fact, and there was some contention about the lack of proof that they didn't send, but the book looks good. It's on newsprint, which is what I wanted. The imagery is great. There's a couple of things in it that I'm not happy with, mistakes. One thing that could have been told to me by the printer, and I could have fixed it very, very easily before sending it in. So who knows if having a proof would have fixed the other error that when I saw it, I was very pissed off at myself for. Maybe it would have, maybe it wouldn't have. But holding that book in my hands and knowing that it was finished and having it newsprint and feeling it and reading it, taking it outside and reading it to Guri and Foley, and smelling the ink and the paper, that gave me closure. That made this worth it. All the struggles, all the sleepless nights, all the anxiety through each one of the campaigns, with the exception of the first one, because that was fully funded, 24 hours, and you're 400% funding on it, and um, but looking at the growth and the changes in this and allowing other people to be a part of it as well in a creative process, like having variant cover artists and Bill helping with inks on issue 3, and then handling colors on 4 and 5, and my sister editing it, and Vic doing some variant covers, and Alex doing a variant cover, and JoJo doing a variant cover, and Bill doing a couple of variant covers. It made it more of a community type project, and that was something I was scared to do because of how personal this was. But seeing the quality that turned out with this makes me extremely happy. And I don't know that I can say enough good things about the people I worked with. But I should. I should sing their praises, and I should hope that you guys want to pick up their variant covers because they did amazing jobs, all of them. So those books will, be widely available to as many places that want to carry them as possible. The VHS variant is the hidden secret variant, and that's going to be one of those things that some retailers get because we definitely want to promote it. But at the same time, the Bubba Patrol, this arc, this bark is done. And I feel really good about it. I feel at peace and balanced with it, which is something I have not felt with my art and with my creations in a very, very long time, if ever. So that's super, super important. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed the reveal and the host of videos that I've done, stuff like that. And we will see you guys soon. Check out links in the description because we'll be putting up. You can go to the Bubba Patrol Facebook page. You can go to the non-con Facebook page where you'll be able to pick up stuff from pages directly, and then you'll be able to pick up stuff on the non-con show once they're in print, once the variants come in, which will be in another week. And also announcements on like different shows and conventions I'll be doing, so you can come by and see me in Artist Alley and read the story. Read the story.